Here you go. That's good. All right. Well, let's just start. So a lot of you are already familiar with the Chile. It represents the Metacartel, which is a group of people that came together last year in Denver to solve a usability problem of people not being able to use the apps without having any Ether. And then after that, they sort of just stuck together and put together a fund. Right now, they have like $200,000 to giving grants to projects, but it's more about support. So you come to them and they help you with a project. So I sort of joined, and it was like, you get in this chat, and I'm like, this is the organization. Like, is this all there is? And so I started thinking about more how to map it, how to help other newcomers make sense of it easier. Anyway, this is the Metacarpal Ecosystem. So in the middle is the Metacarpal DAO, which is the grant giving DAO and like support DAO. Then we have the Signal DAO, which is built by the bridge to like make it really easy to use DAOs. And this specific instance is used to signal how good of an idea is. So if you have an idea, you go to Signal DAO, you submit it, and people are like, okay, good idea, bad idea. Then there's the Meta Factory, which is the first community-owned brand, something like that. There's the Raid Guild, which is the subgroup of the Metacartel, the people of the Metacartel that just do freelance work as well. So they came together and built a Raid Guild. There's the Venture DAO, which will be the actual venture capital arm of the Metacartel. There are all these chats. There's the DAO House, which is used to search, join, and manage Moloch DAOs. There's the Wizard of Taps podcast. There's the Shots Fired newsletter. There's all these chats. All the grants that I won't go into right now because I don't have enough time, but they're cool projects. You can check them out. And then, I was thinking about how to map the space, how to gamify it and all. And this is the Octalysis framework made by this guy Yukai Cho with like studied economics and psychology, a lot of behavioral economics, and came up with these 8 points that make up any good game, which are basically 8 core human drives. Well, first one is the epic meaning, which is like if you played any role-playing game, you know that they put you in the center of the universe and you're like here to save the universe. There's the building and accomplishment, the empowerment and feedback that you get when you level up. You feel better when you defeat the monsters and complete quests. You build a character, get the community, which I don't have to explain because like we're social animals, we need community. Scarcity and impatience, which comes with a challenging game, so it can't be easy. And predictability, loss and avoidance. Like I won't go into too much detail because not enough time. So then I started Metagame. We coined it the massive online coordination game. It has all the things that MMORPGs should have. And players are self-explanatory, but the guilds is basically any group of people with a long-term purpose. So it can be a startup, it can be like a raid guild, it can be a media guild, it can be like a marketing DAO or an investment company or whatever, like a consultancy. There's the maps and guides, which will help you find your place in the space and help you proceed. Roles and skills, quests and challenges, because there has to be something to do. Titles and achievements to help you recognize when you find someone, what do they do and what did they do. Shops and markets, because that's mostly how people coordinate. But there's something more specific. So yeah, it started really simple, just Discord and leaderboard. And leaderboard, I started it simply because, well, most games are competitive, but not just that, because I was basically, since day one, I was always logging everything I did for Metagame, because I didn't want to be like, okay, I own 100% of the equity and now I allocate percentages. So it was just, the pie just keeps growing and you make contribution, you make seeds. And I said, okay, I will make 10 seeds per hour, and how much is 10 seeds worth? However much we agree. So if you're a programmer, your time is worth more, so then you make 20 seeds or something. Okay, then we got the Arrogant DAO for voting on stuff. We had the first quest, which the really first quest is just to follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the newsletter, and join the Discord and read all the 8 articles which are supposed to really explain metagame. We had the first raids, which was the first one, the very first one was in DevCon, and the second one now at Denver, and I actually wasn't present at either one of them, which actually made me happy because like I just started thinking now there's these other people contributing to the thing. Okay, that's cool. I started Achievement Factory, which is supposed to be minting these NFT achievements for the people that are contributing to the metagame and to the Metacarpal and the wider Ethereum ecosystem. The idea is to expand it into what we call the achievement network, so other organizations to join and to mint achievements for their own members. Then one of our people made this interspace, which is actually this thing. So it has 2 really basic functionalities right now. You click these houses and it opens up a video call on the right side. And the second one is you click the radio tower and it opens up Loft Radio, which is, it's cool. It's cool. You can listen to lo-fi music, tip the artist, good stuff. There's the Meta Radio, which will be like the first media guild of the metagame. We started the Metagame podcast, and we got Wizard of the Apps that Peter is running. Yeah, this is one of the ways, the really primitive ways in which we're gamifying it. So part of the second quest when you join. So first, the red squares represent the things that need to be built and how they develop into more complex things. And the purple triangles are the people. So when you join, you basically put your name down in the triangle and connect yourself to the whatever module of the metagame you want to be working on. I will not be going into this because, yeah, not enough time. So the first goal of the metagame is to start breaking down the silos between the people that are building stuff. So like start sharing more research, and for example, one of our people from the Metacarpal is currently running around the world trying to raise capital for his company. And so the other people from the Metacarpal won't need to do all the research and so much running around because they'll be able to just talk to him and be like, okay, so who are the VCs to talk to? So that's how we build this knowledge and resource hub, and how we try to establish this sort of decentralized factory, which would be like you have an idea for a project, you can come in and then you can ask people if the idea is good. You'll be able to, if it's yes, you'll be able to find people that will help you. You'll be able to find people who will at some point invest in you and to market you or whatever you need. But then like after that is established, which is like the 1.0 version of the metagame, the 2.0 would be really like it's not about crypto, it's bigger than that. The idea is that we have access to all the services that you need, so there would be like metagame, Airbnb stuff, but less important. But yeah, it's bigger than crypto because the idea is to really create this sort of model society which will be used to show the people, okay, this is the kind of society you can create this with these Web3 technologies, like a decentralized society. And it would be created this meta frame which would be used to basically run your own metagame. So, the long-term idea is to establish this sort of resource-based economy, so that we wouldn't be relying on money, but on actual resources that we have. So we would have like a build token for the guilds that are building stuff, the meme berries for the marketing and media, whatever guilds, for the stratagems for the consultancies, whatever. And the idea is for the, like, when you join the metagame, you don't have to pay money to join the metagame to align yourself with the metagame, that you can just offer whatever resource that you create. And so that in the long term, yeah, we don't have to rely on money, we can just exchange resources between each other and we have all that we need. And then there's the Intercon, which is the first virtual conference that we're doing. It's going to happen a week, maybe a bit more. The Friday the 13th, yeah. It will be held in Interspace. We have like, we and the us and the Metacartel will be hosting our talks in this thing, the House of DAOs. Then there's the House of Adoption, which will be hosted by the 1 million developers people / consensus, and the House of Defiance by the DeFi dude and some other people. And then there's the Stress Test Arena held by the Meta Clan to be testing the dApps and experimenting. And then there's the Radial for all the people that ran out of time on their discussion points and just needed some place to talk. Well, that's it. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to go back to this because I forgot like really important thing that's bigger than crypto. So the idea is that like all metagame players will at some point be expected to really help causes that help the world, not the crypto. So everyone will be expected to donate at least a small part to like carbon offsetting, like growing trees and like educating and feeding people in the third world, things like that. Any questions?
I really enjoy the aesthetics of everything, and really enjoy it. I would ask you about the constellation part that you skipped because you didn't have time, but I was like, what is all that?
Part? What part?
The constellations.
Oh. It's actually not even updated, so that's also something. So yeah, basically the squares on the top are the like really primitive versions of what we want to build, and then as it goes down, it builds into more things, and there's a lot of things actually missing. Yeah, there's the interspace, there's the podcast, there's, I don't know, what do you want to know?
Is it the map?
Yeah, it's the battle plan. Yeah, you just put your name on here and connect yourself to the initiative that you want to be working on. Any more?
So this is like if World of Warcraft was implemented in real life?
Yeah. Yeah, the way I first explained it was Facebook meets Upwork meet World of Warcraft. That was the original pitch.
Nice. And so what can I do today if I want to... So this would be like the future of like freelancing, right? So you enter the metagame, instead of working for a company, you work for the metagame.
Yeah.
And then the metagame links you to a company and stuff. Yeah, okay. Nice.
Could you explain a bit more about the Signal Dao process? Like you present a project and then like what happens?
I think the main goal of the Signal DAO, at least the first goal, was to sort of create this, to showcase how they solve the user experience UI problem with the DAOs. So you no longer have to open the website and go through that interface, and you can instead just, there's a chat bot that you can use. There's the guy that made it, so you can ask him after that. Is that all then? Am I free to go? Yeah, thank you. This is...
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Alex. Yeah.
Yeah?
You're the next. Nice. Did you send your presentation? Or? So if I want either line to connect my laptop, I can send it right now, whichever works better.
Send it to I will give you the number if my phone doesn't want me to call emergencies. And I will use the okay. Send it to the address. Yes, at 6120.
That's the email, right?
Yeah, that's the email.